Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sean back again twice in 1 week for your Barclays Fantasy Premier League tips. I wanted to make a second post here because I felt that having a video of what's already on my website was kind of redundant and just kind of duplicating what I was already doing. So I decided that I'm going to come up with kind of a format where I give you guys some tips, different segments, and open to new suggestions too. So this week I'm going to be going through, or for the game week number 4, just going to quickly go through some players to watch, some winnable fixtures, and some value trades to give you guys some value for people who have points and who will help you out in your pool. So without further ado, let's get to it. So looking here, this is my new team. I just wanted to point this out because I know in the video prior to this I didn't have the same layout. As you can see, I've got Pragmiak on playing, and I've also taken off Kagawa just because he is showing that he has a back injury and might not be playing. So it's better to have him on the bench than, on the off chance that he comes in for like 2 minutes. So as you can see, at the top here on my bar, I already got these are my players to watch. So I'm going to start off with Ivanovic. This is probably the most offensive defenseman in the EPL right now. He's got one of the higher scores, and you got to go with what you got, right? He's got one of the higher scores, and he is one of the top defenders. If we look here at making transfers, you can see there he is right at the top with 30 points already, and they've already missed 1 game week. So also on the topic of offensive defensemen, Leighton Baines, also a good pick, not bad value. I'll see if I can find him here. There he is, 7.1 at 17. Not bad. He's got a relatively modest fixture with Newcastle. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. Newcastle, unfortunately, has been letting a lot of goals go through lately, and that's the reason why I don't have one of their guys on my team. Next is Eden Hazard. As you can see, him and Torres came off to a flying start, as I said in my post. First 2 game weeks, but they've been off for a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see. That's why I have him on my watch list. I want to see if he's still going to be good, if he's still that kind of little pest that kind of gets under the defender's skin and creates opportunities for his team. So it'll be good to keep an eye out on him. And lastly, Dimitar Berbatov, playing for Fulham. I couldn't even get any Fulham pictures, of course I could have gone somewhere else, but even with the Fulham tag, Google Images only has the one. So regardless, with Martin Joel's new setup, he is going to be playing in the hole, and it'll be interesting to see what he can do. I think back to when I had him in my winning year of winning my league, when he actually scored 5 goals. That was, like a big thing. So you can't write him off entirely. He does score goals, and he does produce. So you got to keep him on there just to keep an eye. So in terms of winnable fixtures, if we go down here to the bottom at game week 4, right now the only one that I could really point out is the Man U Wigan. It's fairly obvious, Man U at home against kind of a weaker team like Wigan. You could also go maybe Arsenal and Southampton, but Southampton and these newly promoted teams are actually scoring. They're actually doing really well. So we're going to have to kind of give the league a little bit of time to breathe and see who's really on the bottom and who's really going to be on the top. So it's going to be good in the next couple weeks, but this is always the kind of hard time to be a fantasy manager, because you don't know who's going to be hot, you don't know what teams are going to be good, it's just coming after transfer deadline. It's the first game week back after international week, so you're going to have different lineups, different looks, different players playing with different players. It's going to be quite the week to see, so it'll be interesting to see how all of these fixtures end up. But again, most winnable fixture is probably going to be Man U and Wigan. If you got trades that you want to make, try and look for Man U players. That'll also help you out. Now, I wanted to show you guys something here that I came across today. It's what I call value trades, and I found it this way because, you know what, you're my readers. I don't want to be repeating myself all at the same time. I'd rather teach you how to fish, so then that way, you know, you don't always have to ask, oh, hey, Sean, how'd you figure that out that one time? Here's the video, and this will show you. Now, if you look at transfers in, if we click on there, you go in. Now, this isn't necessarily what we're looking for, but you can get an idea here from this screen alone of what players our managers are picking. You know, like look at, you got Hazard, Tevez, and Michu, and Van Persie, who might not even be playing this week because it's rumored that he's sick, but that'll have to wait until game day. I'll have at least 30% of managers selected on him. But that's not what I wanted to bring you here for. If you look at here, this player statistics, you have the second one right here, best value, total points by price. And I'm going to have to get rid of that because that's really annoying. My apologies. But if we click on that, this will bring you to a new screen similar to the one where we were just at. However, this shows you players that have relatively good value. Like look at here, 5.3, 5, 4.8, 4.8, 4.7, and look at their point total, 27, 23, 24, 35. These are all players. Oh, that can't be right. Look at that. Ivanovic, no way he's 4.4. Yeah, there's got to be something wrong here. They're calculating this value. Oh, never mind. I was looking at the wrong thing. This is what happens when you do live screencast, right? You're not always going to see what you're supposed to look at. When I first came in here, I saw this. But no, the price, sorry, is right here in the middle. And then I guess, I'm not too sure how they're calculating the total value. Let's see. It's not going to show you. Regardless, though, you can see that you have affordable players that have high point totals. And then you can see what team they're on, compare them to what fixture they might have that week, and you can pick them up relatively cheap, and you know they're performing. So, again, I just wanted to point out, like, make up another video to show you guys. We'll have these kind of segments again, you know, players to watch, winnable fixtures. We might even go through some of these, you know, players that you want to trade. So it's always going to be a little dynamic. I'm open to your suggestions, but I just wanted to post out a new video just to get things going and to wish you guys luck. You know, I know we've probably all been waiting for the new, you know, the international break to end. So it's finally over. We get to watch some good football. Anyways, best of luck, and I'll see you next week. And I'm probably going to put these videos out every Thursday in conjunction with my post. So again, you know, it'll change. I won't have that pop-up coming up. I'll do some more editing, and we'll have more to offer. But again, it's the second one. We keep going. We're trying to just, you know, help you guys out, and that's what's important. So again, good luck, and we'll see you next week.